Hello, dear friends. I hope you're doing really well. That was a piece. Actually, it's one of many pieces, and the title of it is Gospel of John in Flamenco, Evangelio de Juan in Flamenco. That's the title of it. It's a group of pieces that the title of is Gospel of John in Flamenco. uh, Very hard to cut, to find a place to cut. That's why it was kind of long. But let's continue reading. We are reading Joshua chapter 15. Now, Joshua chapter 15 is the inheritance of the land for the tribe of Judah. It's a long chapter. It doesn't seem very exciting because it has many names of places that, I don't know what these places are, but the names of the cities and the borders of the land of for the tribe of Judah, and it's important, for Israel, for each tribe to know which land belong to who, to which tribe, right? So let's read. There are a couple of interesting stories here, and so let's go there. Now, many of the names we are not going to hear again, but some names of some cities we will hear. Later in the Bible. So it doesn't seem like it's very exciting, but it's important to know. And we're gonna hear later, so and so was from this city or from this town, and so we go to this chapter to know, like, oh, which tribe did that city belong to? So it's important. Let's read. Now the lot for the tribe of the sons of Judah, according to their families, reached the border of Edom, southward to the wilderness of Sin at the extreme south. Their south border was from the lower end of the Salt Sea, from the bay that turns to the south. Then it proceeded southward to the ascent of Akrabim and continued to Sin, then went up by the south of Kadesh Barnea and continued to Esron and went up to Adar and turned about to Karka. It continued to Asmon and proceeded to the brook of Egypt, and the border ended at the sea. This shall be your south border. The east border was the Salt Sea as far as the mouth of the Jordan, and the border of the north side was from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. Then the border went up to Beth Hogla and continued on the north of Beth Araba, and the border went up to the stone of Boham, the son of Reuben. The border went up to the Beer from the valley of Achor and turned northward toward Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south of the valley, and the border continued to the waters of En Shemesh, and it ended at En Rogel. Then the border went up the valley of Ben Hinnom to the slope of the Jebusite on the south, that is Jerusalem, and the border went up to the top of the mountain which is before the valley of Hinnom to the west, which is at the end of the valley of Rephaim toward the north. From the top of the mountain the border curved to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and proceeded to the cities of Mount Ephron. Then the border curved to Baalah, that is Kiriath Jearim. The border turned about from Baalah westward to Mount Seir, and continued to the slope of Mount Gerim on the north, that is Kesalon, and went down to Beth Shemesh and continued through Timnah. The border proceeded to the side of Ekron northward. Then the border curved to Shikeron and continued to Mount Baalah and proceeded to Jabneel, and the border ended at the sea. The west border was at the Great Sea, even its coastline. This is the border around the sons of Judah according to their families. Now he gave to Caleb the son of Jephunneh a portion among the sons of Judah according to the command of the Lord to Joshua, namely Kiriath Arba, Arba being the father of Anak, that is Hebron. Caleb drove out from there the three sons of Anak, Sheshai and Ahiman and Talmai, the children of Anak. Then he went up from there against the inhabitants of the Beer. Now the name of the Beer formerly was Kiriath Sefer. And Caleb said, the one who attacks Kiriath Sefer and captures it, I will give him Achsah my daughter as a wife. Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, captured it, so he gave him Achsah his daughter as a wife. It came about that when she came to him, she persuaded him to ask her father for a field. So she aligned from the donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you want? Then she said, give me a blessing. Since you have given me the land of the Negev, give me also springs of water. So he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Judah according to their families. Now, the cities at the extremity of the tribe of the sons of Judah toward the border of Edom in the south were Kabzeel and Eder and Jagur and Kina and Dimona and Adada and Kedesh and Hazor and Idnam, Sif and Telem and Beloth and Hazor Hadatta and Keriot Hezron, that is Hazor, Amam and Shema and Molada and Hazar Gada and Heshmon and Bet Pelet and Hazar Shual and Beersheba and Bisiotia, Baala and Im and Esem, and Eltolad and Kesil and Horma and Siklag, and Madmana and Sasana and Lebaoth and Shilhim and Nain and Rimon, in all 29 cities with their villages. In the lowland, Eshtaol and Zorah and Ashna and Zanoah and Enganim, Tapua and Enam, Jarmuth and Adullam, Soko and Asika, and Sharaim and Aditaim and Gedera and Gederotaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zinan and Hadasha and Migdal Gad and Dilan and Mizpah and Joktel, Lachish and Boscat and Eglon and Gabon and Lamas and Shitlich and Gederot and Bet-Dagon and Naama and Makira, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah and Eter and Ashan and Ifta and Ashnas and Zib and Kila and Achzib and Maresha, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron with its towns and its villages, from Ekron even to the sea, all that were by the side of Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages, Gaza, its towns and its villages, as far as the brook of Egypt and the great sea, even its coastline. In the hill country, Shamir and Jaftir and Soko, and Dana and Kiryat Sana, that is the Beer, and Anab and Estemoth and Anim and Goshen and Holo and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab and Duma and Eshan and Janum and Bet Tapua and Afika and Humta and Kiryat Arba, that is Hebron, and Zior, 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, and Sif, and Judah, and Jezreel, and Jokdeam, and Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Halhul, Betsur, and Kedor, and Marat, and Bet Anot, and El Tekon, 6 cities with their villages. Kiryat Baal, that is Kiryat Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Bet Araba, Midin, and Sekaka, and Mizpah, and the city of Salt, and Engedi, 6 cities with their villages. Now, as for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the sons of Judah could not drive them out, so the Jebusites lived with the sons of Judah at Jerusalem until this day. Okay, so it's a long chapter. I apologize for my pronunciation, because I don't know how the pronunciation is in Hebrew. I apologize for that. But it's interesting because we know about Caleb, how he asked the people of his tribe, if whoever conquers one city, Kiryat Sefer, I think, that man could marry his daughter, and it turns out that it was his nephew that did it. And so not only that, at the end, we learned that the Jebusites, that the people from Judah could not kick them out, could not kick out the Jebusites, the people from Jerusalem. And we're going to know that Jerusalem will be conquered. No, it's not going to be conquered till David becomes king. So a long time from now, Jerusalem will be conquered. Uh, uh, Obviously, at the time of the book of Joshua, it wasn't conquered, but later, I don't know how many years, David will conquer it when he's king. So I'm gonna stop here, and hopefully we can continue tomorrow. Bye bye.